I probably don't even have enough storage on my phone to be recording this right now. But, oh my goodness, where do I start? So, I know where to start. You guys are probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch's teeth? I was in a coma for 3 weeks, and I had 2 spinal fusions after experiencing 3 spinal fractures, and I had surgery where they put metal screws in my foot because I shattered my heel in 12 places. What else was there? Oh, I had brain bleeding, so I had to have staples in my head that I didn't even know about, and I like itched my head one day and pulled one out in the hospital. I spent 3 months in the hospital, including rehab. Broke my shoulder. I broke a lot of things. I can't even name them all because every time I do, I leave things out. I had facial fractures. I had a bone sticking out the roof of my mouth. Well, I don't even remember the full story. Like, it's so hard for me to tell this story because I don't know what happened. But from what I know, I was with my 2 friends. They both had the same name, so it's a little confusing, but we're just gonna call them Jamie and Josh. Okay, so Jamie was a female. She was driving the car I was in. I was in the passenger seat, and Josh was in the back. And we were driving down the Garden State Parkway. Jamie was intoxicated. And she was speeding and driving recklessly, barreling through toll booths. And she ended up hitting a concrete barrier, which, I guess she then totaled her car. And at the time, she had her license, but she didn't have the physical copy on her. So, she gets out of the car. The airbag had deployed and knocked me unconscious. So, Josh and Jamie come up with this brilliant plan to leave the car because she doesn't have her license on her, which is so dumb. Like, so dumb. You realize that all you have to do is say your name and they can run your shit, and like, yeah, you'll probably get in trouble because you were drinking and driving, but like, that's better than abandoning the scene of a crime or the scene of an accident or whatever it was. Anyway, Josh goes to pull my unconscious little body out of the passenger seat and tries to get me to run with them, and proceeds to pull me into traffic, and we both get hit by an oncoming SUV. And, I don't know. I don't know what the intentions really were, because she ran away. Jamie, the girl driving, ran away. She saw that me and Josh had been hit, and she said, "Fuck you guys," and she ran. The cops did find her. She did get charged with a DUI, but she did not get charged with abandoning the scene. She didn't get charged with reckless endangerment. I don't even know if that's like a charge. I don't know. But she didn't. Josh was my roommate at the time. I don't understand why, like, he always tries to say that, like, he was my hero in this situation, because he pulled me out of the car in the traffic. Like, I get it. You didn't want to leave me in the car. You thought the car was gonna, like, blow up or something. I don't fucking know. But there's trees on the other side of the parkway that you could have pulled me into and then called for help. You didn't have to pull me into traffic. You literally, like, everybody in this situation was only thinking about themselves. Like, like I said though, he was my roommate at the time, and he didn't give me back anything. he didn't give my name up to the police, so I was admitted into the hospital as a Jane Doe. My birth certificate, my ID, everything was at his house, our house, where we lived, and he refused to give me back any of that, which made it really difficult when I got out of the hospital to make follow-up appointments that I needed. Like, I went a month with no follow-up when I got out of the hospital. Yeah, but for months, like, I had no way of getting any follow-up from my injuries. And like I said, I had 4 different surgeries. I had 2 spinal fusions. I had the surgery where they put metal into my foot. I'll insert a picture if I can figure out how. I'm new to this YouTube thing, clearly. But, yeah, like, all he had to do was mail me my shit, and he didn't. Like, he kept saying he would, but he never did. And then, like, when I moved in with very little stuff, because a month before, my ex-boyfriend at the time and we had an apartment in Philly, and we broke up, and I left all my shit in Philly. I said, fuck this, I'm out, and I left everything. I packed a bag with a week's worth of clothing and a camera that my sister bought me that Christmas. And when I moved in, I said, I have nothing, like, this is all I have, and this camera is the only prized possession I have left, and I would really, like, appreciate it if you don't ever let anything happen to it. And after the accident, guess what I didn't get back? So, you know, I thought that was, like, it was weird, it was unnecessary, and then, to make matters even better, he was being a fucking pervert after the accident, like a literal creep, asking me if he could help me shower, if I could wiggle my toes, and I was like, no, because, like, I have nerve damage in that foot now, I have no feeling, I can't feel those toes, and he was like, oh, okay, well, can you wiggle your butt? Like, you're a creep, and I don't need this right now, like, you almost got me killed, and you think it's appropriate to be a pervert right now? It's like, it's hard. It's hard, because they were supposed to be my friends. Like, now I'm suing the girl that was driving, and I'm suing the SUV driver who hit me. And it's just like, it's so annoying, because I literally went, all these insurances, New Jersey's like a no-fault state, so all of these insurances are just fighting, and I had to go to this one meeting, and Josh was there, and didn't even look me in the face, didn't even say 2 words to me or my mom, and it was basically like this Pliga insurance, which is supposed to be insurance for people who don't have insurance, which I didn't at the time. And they basically, like, they belittled me, and they tried to say, like, I ran out in the street, and they were like, why would you run into traffic? And they were, like, really, like, coming at my neck, and I just wanted to cry. I was like, I don't remember anything. I don't know how this happened. I don't even remember the days leading up to it. But I know that if I was in my right mind, I would never fucking run out in the middle of the street. Which I didn't. I was dragged out. Like, so of course that's what I told them, but I still lost that. I lost that argument somehow. And, insurance says that my teeth are cosmetic, and we can't get any insurances to cover them. They cost $6,000 plus, like, over $6,000 for 5 front teeth that I can't get implants because I lost so much bone marrow from not having anything there for so long. This happened last May, so May of 2018. not last May, like 2 Mays ago. It's been over a year. I turned 21 with no teeth. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are teeth cosmetic? Like, I can't even bite into certain foods. Like, yeah, I can't get implants. They have to give me, like, a bridge that has porcelain gums on it because I had a bone sticking out the roof of my mouth that they had to go in and remove and give me stitches in my mouth. And now I'm missing half of my gums. Like, it's really gross looking. And honestly, like, I wasn't gonna make this video until I got them fixed because I'm so insecure about it. But I don't even know, like, when that will be, when that day will come, that I finally have teeth in my face again, or if I'm still gonna be insecure because it's not the way I used to look, you know? Like, I liked my smile, I liked the way I used to look, and now I just feel like I'm so fucking confused. Like, how did this even happen? Like, I just woke up in the hospital one day. It was weird. Like, I knew I was hit by a car. I just didn't know the gist of it. And it was so fucking sad because when I woke up, my mom was, like, asking me about, Jamie, the girl driving. And I was just like, yeah, like, she's a great friend. She buys me food when I don't have money. Like, she's a good friend. Like, she gives me rides. I was with her, like, every day for the last month. And she's just, like, telling me that she's, like, a piece of shit and she's a bitch and this and that, and I'm like, no, Mom, like, you don't know her. And then I found out what happened, and I was like, it's wild. It's really fucking wild. All I can do is just fucking sit and wish and think about it because I can't do much of anything now. I'm in so much debt from these hospital bills. Like, when I tell you my hospital bills are $1 million, they are literally $1 million. My foot surgery alone. You see this foot? You see this beautiful scar? That alone, $500,000. So, I'm in debt. I can't get credit. I never had credit, and I can't get it now. But I'm too insecure to go to school right now, and because I moved to a new state after all this, I live in Maryland now. Like, I'm way too like, I don't want to go meet kids my age and not have teeth. I'm tired of everybody that I've met this past year. I have to explain to them why I don't have my teeth. I lost 2 jobs. First I went into being a CNA because I was so, like, my mom and I were so broke. Like, my mom was living at my sister's house, and she needed someone to co-sign to get this apartment that we live in now. So I had to go back to work, and it was literally 2 months after I got out of the hospital and out of rehab. I was doing a CNA job, and I ended up quitting because it was so physically demanding. I can't bend without having pain. I can't lift more than 50 pounds without having pain. So, like, lifting these elderly residents in and out of bed and bending over to put their pants on and wipe their ass and put their shoes on, it was so physically draining. But I ended up working at an Acme because I went down to visit my hometown in New Jersey, and I wanted to stay for the summer, so I got a job at Acme, and I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even stand on my feet for 8 hours behind a register without my foot swelling up, like, literally getting so swollen and in so much pain the next day that I had to call out and they fired me. It's so not fucking fair, because I know that Josh and Jamie are out there living their fucking best lives right now, and people, like, a lot of people don't know that this is, like, they're backstabbing, like, they're not good friends, and I honestly am genuinely concerned for anybody that crosses paths with them in the future. And it's just, like, I don't even want to be, like, envious and spiteful or any of that, but it's hard not to, because I have so many things I wish I could be doing, and I genuinely physically can't. And I've missed out on so much. And this accident happened when I was 19. I'm 21 now. Like, if I wasn't so distracted by my real friends on my 21st birthday, and if I wasn't in my hometown, if I were in Maryland on my birthday, I definitely probably would have attempted suicide. I ended up having to go to a mental hospital a few weeks ago and spend a week there because I had such a mental breakdown about this. Like, I don't talk about it enough. Because, like, a lot of people tried to say it was my fault. I shouldn't have been hanging out with these people. Like, I just put myself in a horrible situation that day, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, like, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know. I still don't know. And how was I supposed to know? I can't predict these things. And I remember having been in the car with her before when she opened up a bottle while she was driving, drank it, and I was like, please stop. Like, at least let me out of the car or take me home. Like, we got in an argument about this because she was drinking while driving and scaring the shit out of me. And I know, like, oh, but you got in the car with her again after that. Like, after that instance, you should have known better. But I was in such a bad spot at that time, too. Like, Josh was my roommate, and literally I would wake up to him on top of me, humping me. Like, he would yell at me for not wanting to sleep in the bed with him, but we were roommates. Like, we agreed to be roommates, not lovers. It's just, it's honestly the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm so fucking grateful that I can walk, that I am still mobile, that I didn't have to have, like, facial reconstruction. Like, overall, I am still the same girl, and teeth are replaceable, but, like I said, it's held me back from so much. I was on my way, like, trying to be an Instagram model, and I've had so many photo shoots that I've turned down because I didn't want to show up and them see that I have no teeth. And I get it, like, models don't necessarily have to smile in pictures or whatever, but with no teeth, because it's so fucking embarrassing to me, you know? But my mom has been super supportive. I mean, that woman drives to the hospital every single day from Maryland to the hospital in New Jersey to come see me. She's been great. She's been so great. I also tried to get disability, and the first time, even though my mother literally wheeled me into the fucking disability office in my wheelchair, still in my neck brace, in my foot cast, in my back brace, and they denied it. And that was the first time. That was last October, and that's when I went and I got the CNA job because disability denied me. And then I ended up having to quit that job. And then I went to a different job and got fired. So now I applied for disability again, and I'm still waiting to hear back from them. It's been like 2 months. I'm just fucking praying that it doesn't get denied and that I have to get a lawyer, and then it's another long-ass process. I have so much dental work that they're doing, like, even if I had the $6,000 right now to go put down, I wouldn't get the teeth yet because these bottom teeth were pushed back from impact. So now I have to have 4 root canals. I had to have a filling, which I never had a cavity before in my life, but then I got one in the hospital because they wouldn't let me brush my teeth after the surgery that they did on the roof of my mouth. it's just like, it's never ending. Like, I thought by this time everything would have been behind me, but it's not. Like, it's still unsolved. It's so annoying. And my case is still up in the air. It's probably gonna take, like, a good 2 or 3 years before this even gets settled. And I'll be fucking lucky if my medical bills get paid. Like, I don't think I'm gonna walk away with much from this because New Jersey's a no-fault state. So I'm just, like, fucking praying to the sky that my medical bills at least get covered and then I'm not in debt anymore. It's so much for fucking a 21-year-old to have to go through. Like, I really wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Not even on the people that fucking put me in this situation. Josh and Jamie, like, I wouldn't even wish this on them. But it was definitely an eye-opener. I'm so, like, cautious now. I barely go out anymore. I don't consider a lot of people my friend anymore. The only 2 people that I consider my real friends now are my best friends, Emily and Jacqueline. They were the only ones who came to see me in the hospital. Other than, like, my family, of course. But, yeah. I just want to get my teeth fixed and carry on with my life. I know that, like, people think that since I'm okay now, that I seem healthy now, that it's been a year and a half, people think that, like, it's all over with, like, I'm not in pain anymore. But, like, it's chronic. It's literally gonna follow me for the rest of my life. I'm always going to have back pain. I'm always going to have foot pain. I still have neck pain, like, of nerve damage. All that. It's gonna follow me the rest of my life. But, like I said, it could have been so much worse. I had a C1 fracture, which normally leaves people paralyzed 9 times out of 10, and I'm not paralyzed. So, I'm just so fucking grateful for that. I will never, ever, ever allow one of my friends to drink and drive. Or to get in the car with a drunk driver. No, absolutely not. Like, please, on everything, anyone watching this, do not drink and drive. Do not let your friends drink and drive. Do not let your friends get in the car with a drunk driver. It sucks, though, because sometimes, like, there's really no other option. But I don't know. Just be safe, guys.